In a traditional fantasy story, we expect the honorable hero to uncover a dark secret and save the kingdom. Ned Stark plays this archetype perfectly. He has deduced that Queen Cersei's children are the product of an incestuous relationship with her brother Jaime. Armed with this truth, Ned prepares for conflict using the weapons he trusts: the moral high ground, legal precedents, and mercy. He warns Cersei to flee the city with her children, and as King Robert lies dying, Ned quietly alters the royal will, legally changing the succession from "my son Joffrey" to "my heir." This diagram illustrates Ned's mental model for power. He believes a legally binding document carries enough weight to physically shield against enemies. But legal decrees require a living authority. When the king dies, without physical force, the weight of the law instantly evaporates. Ned's ultimate failure is a category error. He relies on the rules of chess, while his opponents are bringing knives to a street fight. Far from the capital, Tywin Lannister operates on an entirely different philosophy. Calmly skinning of deer in his war camp, Tywin measures success through two specific metrics: raw power and the survival of his family's legacy. When his son Jaime shows concern over being called Kingslayer, Tywin dismisses it. He tells Jaime that a lion does not concern himself with the opinions of the sheep. Caring about the moral judgments of the public is a distraction from decisive, ruthless action. Back in King's Landing, Peter Baelish, Littlefinger, learned a parallel lesson in his youth. Challenging a stronger nobleman to a fair duel for the woman he loved resulted in a brutal physical defeat, teaching him that acting with honor guarantees failure against superior strength. As a result, Littlefinger abandoned honor entirely. He chose a path of pure deception, weaponizing the desires of others and masking his lethal intentions behind a helpful, subservient persona. Both Tywin and Littlefinger understand the actual mechanics of Westeros. In the absence of a reigning king, power is seized through fear and manipulation, rendering noble intentions irrelevant. This brings us back to the gardens of King's Landing and the private confrontation where Ned Stark attempts to offer Cersei mercy. When Ned urges Cersei to take her children and run, she doesn't see a moral victory. She sees a naive man handing her the exact time and place of his intended attack, a fatal weakness she can exploit. This maps out Cersei's absolute worldview. The stakes are completely binary. As she tells Ned, when you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. She explicitly states there is no middle ground, no honorable defeat, and no room for mercy. The catalyst arrives from the Kingswood. A hunting accident leaves King Robert mortally wounded by a charging wild boar, instantly triggering the battle for succession. Because Cersei operates with an absolute survival mindset, she is perfectly prepared for war the moment Robert takes his last breath. Ned, however, remains paralyzed by his reliance on legalities. In the immediate aftermath of Robert's death, Renly Baratheon offers Ned a pragmatic solution: use their guards to seize the royal family by force that very night. Ned refuses to shed blood or break the law. Instead, Ned walks directly into the throne room. He intends to usurp Cersei's physical control of the castle, using nothing but King Robert's altered paper will. Cersei simply takes the decree and tears it into pieces. The physical reality of the room immediately invalidates the written law. Ned orders the city watch to arrest the queen, trusting his rightful authority. But Littlefinger has already bought the watch's loyalty. The gold cloaks turn their spears inward, slaughtering the Stark guards in seconds. In the ensuing chaos, Littlefinger steps behind Ned and places a dagger at his throat, reminding him of a previous warning: "I did warn you not to trust me." The expectation of the righteous hero winning the day ends here. In Westeros, attempting to play by the rules is a guaranteed death sentence. While the politicians in King's Landing tear each other apart over a metal chair, they remain entirely blind to the massive external threats gathering strength. Across the sea, a failed assassination attempt on Daenerys Targaryen has provoked Khal Drogo to mobilize his Dothraki horde for a full-scale invasion. And far to the north, Jon Snow's direwolf uncovers a severed human hand, frozen solid in the snow. The supernatural horrors the wildlings have been fleeing are awake. If honor and legal documents cannot protect a man from corrupt politicians in a throne room, They offer zero protection against the warlords and ancient nightmares now marching toward the Seven Kingdoms.